Namaste and welcome to class. And thank you so much for sitting with me in this beautiful day here in Marrakesh and with your undivided attention. And today's class, I want to talk about detachment because it's one of the most fundamental concepts and practices in any spiritual path and in any wellness path. So I want to introduce first the two types of path. When you are listening to this kind of conversations and you are interested in this kind of topics, you either are looking for wellness in your life. Your mind is going too scattered, your emotions is all over the place, you have strong experiences that are bigger than you, and that you are kind of looking for some kind of connection and centeredness. That is the path of wellness. And that when you're well, you find the healer, you find the teacher, you find the practice, you find certain codes of harmony in your life. Either you meditate, you adopt yoga, you change your food, any lifestyle, just to keep you well. And that's all what you need. You are fine with that, and you should not stretch yourself to go into any other path that is not the path of wellness. If you have a deeper call to know the self, that is a different kind of path. And that is the path of the seeker. And that is the path of a spiritual searching, where you are really committed to go into a path of deeper detachment of what is unreal, and you want the truth. You want to see yourself in its pure form. Yes, you may start with the path of wellness. It's not exclusive. But you need to know if you are really born for it, so you don't get too stretched in your thoughts of how far I need to go in order to be well. The seeker is a rare thing. It's like a diamond that is born for many, many lives, have saying, okay, I have been suffering, I have been a murderer, I have been imparting suffering, receiving suffering, I have been a male, female, in this planet, this other planet, and then I have arrived to a point that say, I am ready to let go of that and seek something that is more subtle, more deeper, and what really is my nature, who I really am beyond the experience. This is the moment where you need to learn detachment, how it works. Because if you are only want to be well and you want to apply detachment, it's not always going to work. All you need in the path of wellness is balance. And what you need in the path of the spiritual seeker is understanding of the detachment. For this, I'm going to give you an example. I have a really, really beautiful friend of mine that was a seeker, and was aware of her vanity about her hair, a beautiful blonde, long hair. And she came to me and said, Berdania, I am attached to the hair. I have suffering from vanity. I am concerned about what others see me, what they think about me. I want to project a outgoing personality. I want to be liked. I just want, to have certain flair of vanity in my life. So I am deciding to detach. I'm going to shave my head and be bald. That way I can let go of vanity. So she went ahead and cut the head, not the head, the hair, thinking that she was going to cut the vanity. And she was so proud. Oh, I cut my hair. Now I am free from vanity. But it was the opposite. A few months passed by and I say, did you walk out of the vanity or not? I say, no, I still have the vanity. Then I realized vanity and the detachment to any of the things that bothers you, right? In her case was the vanity. But in your case, it may be something else. You may decide, oh, I want to detach from being needy, or I want to detach from being overprotective, or I want to detach from overextending myself, or I want to detach from my mind, or I want to detach from any emotions that I have. You choose. I'm sure you have the sensations already that teach you of what is the discomfort there. But let's come back to the point that the behavior, the change of behavior, it doesn't mean that you're detaching, right? You can be needy and pretending in your relationships that you don't want attention. So no, I don't want attention. I walk away and I don't need the attention. But in your head, you're still, oh, is he paying attention? He's not paying attention. I should get attention, right? So detachment is not in relationship to let go of objects or behavior. Please be clear about this. Understand this point. Detachment happens when you go to the root as a seeker. You go into the root and say, why I am keeping this behavior or this attachment. Why is convenient for me to have that? You will find a face of the ego that says convenient because you have an identity. It is convenient because you get applause or because you have put a value on it. You said, this is important and I need it in order for me to exist. And that's what you need to reevaluate, and that's what you need to change your perspective. It's the value that you give to the things that are obsolete. And in that process, when you say, okay, at this moment, I need to be attached of the children because I am looking for the well-being of the so I am attached of, my energy is invested in that. But if I see it, oh, I am a good mother or a bad mother, if I put a value on it, then I start becoming attached either positively or negatively. Positive means I am everything because I have children. Negative is I am a bad mother, I have to change this. So in either value that you're putting in the relations and in the object or subjects, that's what you need to reevaluate from time to time and see, is this needed or is time now to change my perspective? So the process of detachment is continuous. That's the other thing. It's a continuum process as you grow in your understanding. Understanding means the point of view that you have in certain perspective. You have a perspective about yourself and you have a perspective about the world that you are creating. So if you don't update it, then you go into deep tama, deep attachment, contentment, complacency. And that for the teacher, for the seeker, is not conducive because the seeker is in agreement with the continuous search for the immensity and the infinite self that is always evolving. Maybe for the path of wellness is enough. You have your family, You have your bank account, you are in balance, you're happy, you have a good job. That's it. That's well. No problem. Keep happy on that. No over stretch yourself in things that perhaps you're not wired inside. So, coming back to the process of detachment, number one, it's not about the object or subject. It's about the changing of perspective about you and the world you have created. Number two, it's a continuous process. It's not something that is a permanent. You have to detach from yesterday of what you thought, of what you were. What you processed yesterday is gone. It's not anymore. And you need to detach from the search for, oh, what's next, the process of wanting to be in the future. Let go. So with that process of continuous detachment, you enter into a gate. And in that gate is a beautiful one. And it's the gate of the timelessness. It's the gate of the now, where you have nothing that stick on you and nothing that you retain, that you embrace, that you wanted, or that you need, right? You don't need really anything in the path of the seeker, and you don't want anything in the path of the seeker. You are desireless, and that's many times the spiritual teachers address that as the fundamental for the seeker. Then in the portal of the now, you have them the availability of that self. Everything start to become alive. Everything start to be more vibrant, because you are light. You are vibrating with light, with that moment that is eternal and that is giving you the information that you need every day. Like Jesus said at one point, give me the daily bread. And it's not a physical bread, but the knowledge that gives you every day where you are, what you need, what is that you need to perceive, and then let it go and continue it. Hopefully this is helpful for the seeker and also for anyone who is in the path of wellness. The path of wellness is really easy. No much to do except discipline, concentration, and self-commitment. And in the path of the seeker is to use the right concept of detachment, the right concept of love, compassion, and acceptance for the experiences that you are designing. Thank you so much for sitting with me, and I will see you in our next class. Namaste.